Okay. Let me start by saying good afternoon, everybody. I hope it's a good afternoon for everyone. I don't know whether we have some people from the Americas. And also express my thanks and gratitude for the organizers of this event for bringing us together so that we can interact on this important topic. And also thank the chair for the accolades and for managing this event very well. I know I have been given 10 minutes and I'll try therefore and touch on issues which I think that are dear to us. And maybe you shouldn't be surprised if I want to talk so much about the one side and the other, maybe not so much about the achievements, but maybe point out where we still face some challenges. I think that's more important because the topic here is my generation. I was having this topic, my generation led Africa to political freedom. The current generation of leaders and peoples of Africa must speak. And then we ask ourselves, how far are we in picking up from the political liberation? And that we link that with the current and probably the next generation of African leaders. I'll make a 5-point presentation, very brief. My first point is that maybe the opening point is that we still grapple with challenges as far as leadership is concerned. We appreciate what the founders of our nation did, the freedom fighters from all corners of our continent, but we still face challenges if we're honest with each other. We know that we still have many cases of leadership challenges. So what Africa needs, of course, in order to be able to pick up from the political liberation and move forward is first, we need selfless leadership. Leaders who are free from self-dealing, which is a problem still. Leaders who don't engage themselves in the issues of state capture. And also we have this problem of deep state in some cases of our states. We know that these are all challenges which still manifest themselves in one way or another in various parts of our continent. Second, champions of African unity like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was with Nyerere, although they had different views, Pan Africanism, shock therapy, unite of the whole of Africa at once, or go step by step. But they had this discussion, they had it. So we need such kind of leaders. I think here we are not very far, we are not performing very badly because we have been able to implement part of the agenda from the Lagos Plan of Action and the Abuja Declaration of African Integration. Today we have the African Union. It might not be functioning to the best of our wishes, but at least we are doing something. And we know that in every region we have a regional integration block, but we need to do more in order to strengthen national cohesion and unity and accord, where we still have some lackings with Africa being one of those places in the world where we still have too many conflicts, internal and sometimes interstate. At the Mwalimu Nyerere Foundation, we work on a three-component agenda. We do advocacy for peace, but we also do advocacy for unity and people-centered development. Now, justice is at the center of peace. So what we should be asking ourselves is, are the leaders we have now, or the future generation of leaders capable of promoting political human rights, economic human rights, social human rights, cultural human rights, at least in those 4 pillars, or do we still have a challenge? I think we will agree that we still have challenges even in the political human rights, where we think that we have become politically independent. Sometimes you don't need to dig very deep to realize that we are not completely politically independent. And here, I'll give an example later. Just one example. My 4th observation is that Africa is still not, it is related to that, is not still fully liberated economically. Or we are still very far from achieving economic emancipation. And here we can use many examples. It's probably the only, or maybe the second continent. I tend to say the only continent which doesn't have resource sovereignty. Most of our resources, in some cases, even land, and these resources. Good example here in Tanzania. If you try now to come and get a block for gas, which we have so many cubic centimeters of gas in southern part of our country, but it is all gone. Investors have shared amongst themselves with foreign investors. And as it is any, you don't see any advantage having gas in our country, because I'm talking about natural gas, the price of natural gas in other countries where they don't have. We have very little value capture. I hope that this terminology is known. Let me give a simple definition, because we might not be on the same page on this. We have Mayotte, for instance, and the Comoros there. The French are still there. They call it theirs. Réunion, we don't even talk about it at all. Réunion is a small island in the Indian Ocean off the African coast. We don't even talk about them at all. We still have some internal challenges of all, like the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic with Morocco, the Kingdom of Morocco. This is an unresolved contention. The 1990s, when they had this agreement, still stand to stop fighting, but it is an unresolved conflict. And the last point I wanted to mention is that if you compare to the diaspora of other continents, okay, I think Africa has the poorest connection to its diaspora, do very little to contribute to the development of this continent, even in the cases where they wish to do that. So, and all these circumstances, the points I've mentioned, I think the kind of African leaders we need are those who will be able to realize that we have these problems and don't try to talk, I mean, to gloss over them, but face them, because these challenges, they're still there. We cannot hide them under the carpet. The opportunities are there, but the challenges are there as well. Now, with those few points, I beg Madam Chair to conclude my presentation, and I'll be ready for any discussion. Thank you very much for listening to me.